July 15th, 2023, the city of Sea-Tac held their second Great SeaTac Scrub Down event at Angle Lake. I heard about this event through Pacific Northwest Scuba Divers Facebook group and my local dive shop TLC Diving, which happens to be one of the event sponsors. I arrived at the lake, registered for the event, where I got my free t-shirt for volunteering and also some breakfast items like coffee and donuts. I met with 6 other diver volunteers, led by Rodham, who's one of the lake residents. We divided into multiple teams. 5 of the divers were to clean around the swimming area, fishing dock, and boat launch, while Rodham and I boarded Captain Jim's pontoon boat for an experimental dive to see if there was any trash further out in the lake. We boarded the boat along with a couple of crew who came along to assist us from the boat, gathering and sorting whatever we were to find. Rodham and I entered the water about 30 yards from the boat launch and descended in about 30 feet of water. It was a little difficult to see the silty bottom as it blended in with water in the darkness. Rodham and I both filled our first bag with cans in less than about 2 minutes into the dive. I wasn't sure if there was a trick to keeping my bag full of cans from dragging along the silty bottom, as it just made visibility worse. After cleaning the area, the silt remained pretty thick since there wasn't any current to push the debris away, so we had to move our search area. It was nice to come to the surface and warm up in the shallow water and sunlight since the temperature below was in the 50s. The cold temperature made it so our legs, which weren't covered by our wetsuits, easily cramped. The shallower we got, the more vegetation there was, and where there was vegetation, the bottom was much less silty and the visibility remained better. We found less cans and bottles the further we got away from the boat launch. This unfortunately tells me that some of the people using the boat launch and dock are responsible for leaving behind a majority of the cans and bottles that we collected. As we came in shallower, the debris we found seemed to get more random and probably lost by accident. We found more plastic bags and food wrappers, and we also found lost dive fins, mask, sunglasses. I found some dog fetch toys, a frisbee, and even some fishing lures. And Rodham found a couple of paddles that looked to be like they went to a rubber raft. Between the volunteers on shore and the divers in the lake, together we collected over 90 bags of garbage, celebrating afterward with live music and multiple food vendors. If you appreciate this video, please hit the like button, and if you want to follow along on my journeys and adventures and stay up to date on what I'm getting into, please hit the subscribe button. On this dive, I took a minute to test out my new Orca Torch dive lights. One is the Orca Torch D530 light, which has a narrow beam, and the other is the D530V video light, which has the wide angle beam. The video light made things easier to see when up close, but the D530 with the narrow beam was better for looking out at a distance and also signaling. When diving in the Pacific Northwest, whether it's in saltwater or lakes, I recommend always diving with a light. When visibility can be less than 5 feet, the visibility of a dive light can make the difference between seeing your buddy or not. Thanks again for watching, and please hit like and subscribe.